Welcome to my channel again. I have another exciting episode. I'd love to talk about new subject today. How to stay sane in this crazy world. But before I jump into my subject, I'd like to share some comments. It's been a while since I read recent comments, and this one is really special. It's a long one. So let me share it with you. Your humor on this channel reminds me of this stand-up comedian in this bar who only had one person in the room watching him, and he did not even laugh or clap at the end. And I had to order 3 drinks to erase his jokes from my memory. And my man. By the way, do you remember his name or the bar name? The second part, it's actually very personal. It's kind of a personal plea, and I have no choice, but I would like to appeal to the audience for your help. Something has happened to me personally, and it has taken a great toll on my personal life. And perhaps with your help, this can be solved. You can hand out your hand to me, because I seems to be that I can't really find a way out of it. So as you all know, I've been trying to date, and it has not been successful for a long time. But recently, actually yesterday, I met someone very special, someone very different. And I have to say, this person made a huge, deep connection with me right away. We started communicating like we have known each other for a very long time. So I was extremely excited. But something terrible has happened. I woke up this morning and she wasn't there. I looked everywhere. I checked everywhere. She's gone. So not knowing what to do, not even knowing her name because I didn't ask, I found this sketch artist who is well known. We sat down 6 hours, and he put this incredible, very detailed picture of her, which I think shows not only her external beauty, but the beauty that I saw. So have you seen her? I would give anything to see her again. And for those of you who have questions, when you notice that she has more than 2 legs, actually 4, it is true. She has 4 legs. As a man, I appreciate legs in women. I really do. But what could be better than a pair of legs? Yes, 2 pairs of legs. That is a rare feature, rare to find. So, if anyone can see her out there, please leave a comment. I want my life back. Okay, now moving forward. How to stay sane in this world. Oops. Well, it's not easy. It's not easy because we kind of live in a little bit of an insane world where we wake up in the morning and a lot of things are starting to happen. A lot of things. So maybe a good point would be to determine what is sane in today's world. Is there any criteria, any kind of test that we can apply to ourselves to just to get a sense? Are we like off a bit, off a lot? Are we good? Are we not so good? Well, I am not a scientist or certified professional in any way, so I would say there are two things that we can use for our judgment to find out where we stand. A basic tests, and I'm sure there are more that can be used, more professional tests. But let's not go into that, since, like I said, I don't have a professional diplomas on my wall, so I can make it up. I think there are two ways, and one of them is, are we able to engage in a conversation with anyone about any subject and not boil, not get upset, not lose our cool, our mind, go into fights, arguments. If we can still sit down with that person who may have a totally different point of view and still exchange our point of view with that person and be chill about any subject, no matter how big or small, that's a good indication that we're still healthy. And another criteria that I could use to determine where we stand, where we are, is, can we actually go into the mirror, stand by the mirror, look at ourselves and apply self-critique. I'm not talking about, is my hair perfect, all that. More of a who we are as a person, how we behave. Can we see our flaws? Can we actually call ourselves on the things that we do wrong? If we do, and we do something about it, wow, it's pretty amazing. That's another check. So I think the combination of these two would probably suggest that we are generally unaffected by all the strange winds coming from all directions, and we're kind of healthy. And that's just my personal take. I think there's a lot of people that live out there that would fail these two tests, whether it's the fact that they have spent a lot of time going into strange places, or they love themselves a bit too much, or so much. So in those two cases, they would probably fail. And I would indicate that I wouldn't call them insane, but let's just put a mild description. They are a bit unhealthy. So, assuming that we did good on those two tests, that we can talk to anyone about any subject. We can disagree. We can have a huge disagreement in our point of view, but yet we still stay in a conversation. We still engage without raising our voice, without turning into argument, fist fight, knife fight. Oh, let's not get there. And then we get home, and we can process our life, look into the mirror, and I could have done this better. I did this wrong. Let me call that person and apologize. That's still going well. Still going good. So what do we do to maintain that state of mind that we don't start losing it? Because it's important. It's not for ourselves. If we have a family, it's critical that we stay on the positive, healthy side, because not only us but also our family, especially if we have kids, they all benefit from it. So what do we do? I think that the only way to stay neutral, positive, sane, healthy with our state of mind is to live a healthy lifestyle. There are many things that will come into play, trying to just pull us this way or that way, trying to interfere with our healthy lifestyle any way we can. They can. All right. So what is it? Well, we all need to work, some more or less, but many of us fall into the trap that make the work huge priority. I get that those who are less financially fortunate, they may be forced to work longer hours. I get that. But if you are doing kind of well, maybe prioritizing your work over everything and everyone in your life, because you keep raising your financial expectations, it may not be beneficial for you. That may take you out of that healthy zone, because if you turn into 10, 12, and more hours every single day at work, 6 days a week, sometimes 7, doing something extra that you shouldn't be, that's going to take a toll. No matter how great your work is, it's going to take a toll. Now, on the flip side of the work, what do we have? We have pleasure time. So what do we actually do for our off time, our pleasure time? Well, the great choice would be exercise. Do something physical, because we are made to move. So especially if we have our work that we are inside, boxed in, and looking at screens, well, movement is absolutely necessary. Well, but those who say, oh yeah, I work outside long hours. Well, movement is still necessary. There's something called a recovery. So when you are doing, I don't know, maybe a lot on with your legs, or uncomfortable position outside, recovery movement is actually beneficial, because going home and sitting in a chair, it feels like getting a rest. Yes, it is rest, but more beneficial for your body is to do a recovery movement, go outside or go for a walk. So exercise, movement, especially outside, because why being outside is so important. When you are in a closed, small environment, it really affects your body and your mind negatively. Being in an open space where you have fresh air, long distance, you can focus into the long distance with your eyes. You can realize that you are not the center of the universe, because the world is so big and not everything circles around you. It's kind of healthy, because being in a small place, it feels like everything, with time, everything's about you. And that's not healthy. Another thing to help us stay healthier, better, sane, habits. Let's pick on something that is really engaging us, something different from daily routine. Well, it's great if it involves movement, exercise outside, but any hobby, get involved with things outside your daily routine, something that you can learn about, something you can engage, something that will keep your mind off the same environmental things that come into your play every single day. If you have luxury, pick up more hobbies. Well, then we had the topic of phones. Everyone will complain that we are out of time. Well, if you do a healthy and honest self-management about your screen time and eliminate that useless time on a screen, that will free up so much space for healthy activities. Another thing, if you have to be on that phone, if you have to engage with all that, try to stay away with all that social media frenzy. None of it is healthy. None of it. It's just a bunch of people that profit from screen time. Another group of people that is pushing different agendas, rabbit holes. They want you to fall into those traps, stay in those traps, because if you are a victim of that, you can be easily manipulated to certain a benefit one way or another. So I know it's an innocent click here and there, but trust me, a walk outside, run outside, swim, kicking that soccer ball, playing basketball, looking at the foliage is much more beneficial physically and emotionally for you and the people that come in contact with you. That all the miracles that come with rabbit holes, they don't do anything positive for you. And when you get trapped in one of them or many more, it's no easy way out, or possibly no way out after a certain time, and then it's pretty sad. Eat healthier, get off the fast food, eat less, eat only what you really need, exercise, and eat enough to have what you really need in a day. Because sitting at a desk, whether it's watching the screen computer too much, and perhaps those needs for let me munch on this and that, and before you know, in addition to basic calories that we need, you may be consuming 1,000 or 1,500 or an additional 2,000 that you don't need, that you are not even aware of. I bike daily, exercise daily, and when I have the need to eat, even though I had my ride this morning, I still put my sneakers on and go for a walk, because that walk will burn, I don't know, 50 or 80 calories, whatever that is. But instead of staying home and munching of 300 or 400 calories of chips or whatever it is, I'm just walking outside, getting fresh air, open distance, and I'm burning a little bit. And I would do it sometimes 2 times a day, because that is a way for me to kill that need for extra eating, and also getting more fresh air. What is important? I'm looking at my sheets because they help me a lot. Get enough sleep. Don't stay up late. I mean, whatever keeps you up late, unless it's a good one. But if it's not, get your sleep. Get your sleep. Get those 7-8 hours of sleep. You need the sleep. Your mind and body needs a recovery. You absolutely need that sleep. Another topic that I talked about is to stay in that healthy environment. Think about the friends you have, people you engage with. Have they kind of lost touch with reality, and they have been behaving in a strange way, but yet you honor the friendship and keep engaging? You should be actually calling them on that, because remember the episode that we talked about being true friend. what it requires. Maybe it's a good point to sometimes sit down and think, what happened to my friends or the new friends that I have? Are they really real friends? Are they good friends? Are they motivational? Are they pushing me in the right direction, healthy, smart, or they've been consumed by something beyond the point of recovery, and I'm kind of following them. So maybe it's healthy to sit down and think who you engage with. Are you in some kind of social pressure that you have to compete with your friends, your colleagues to meet certain trends because it's the only way to go, and if you want to have these friends, you have to maintain that. Is that really necessary? Maybe not. Maybe if you skip those things and just put those sneakers on and go out, that will literally make beneficial changes for you and your family, and skip the social trends and things that social media makes absolutely necessary now. And if you have good friends, really honest friends, allow them criticize you, because that's the best thing. That's their job. If they start talking to you, hey, I noticed that it's been a while I didn't talk, but I noticed you've been doing this. Listen. Sit down. Listen. Don't react right away. Maybe they have a point. Maybe they have a great point you have been missing. So that's another wake-up call to keep you in that healthy environment, that sane environment. And why do I haven't mentioned like family and kids, because all those things are necessary, especially for you if you have family, if you have a spouse and kids, to have a healthy and normal relationship with them. Because if all other aspects are taking a negative toll on your life, your daily routine, your state of mind, you're not gonna be performing well with your family, with your kids. You're not gonna be providing for them what they need. So take a pause, analyze where you are, apply those two questions to you to see where you stand, and yeah, it always requires some work. Being good is not easy. It comes with work. Being bad, it takes nothing. But, well, if you care, if it's important to you, it's worth it. Thank you. Until the next time.